and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Owls. What I wanted to do for today's video was a 24-hour readathon, and I kind of started watching different ones just to see kind of what to do because this is my first ever one and I'm terrible at staying up. So I was like, I don't think I can do a 24-hour like around the clock because I'll just pass out. Like I won't be paying attention, and I like to pay attention to what I'm reading. I get frustrated if I don't understand what's going on. So I was like, it's not gonna be good. I'd love to do it someday. Maybe if I do it with Harry, I think it could be quite fun, and you know, I guess we can take a nap here and there. But today's a long weekend and I just want to get some rest, so I don't want to stay up all night. So I was like, what is the best way to do this? And I saw that Rachel does sometimes the thing that she puts a timer on every time she reads and she stops it, and it could take maybe a couple days to get over the 24 hours. And it is the long Easter weekend, so I have today's Saturday, I have the whole day today, tomorrow I have half the day, and then on Monday I have the whole day. So I think we can definitely get 24 hours of reading. And also I'm currently reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and it's really interesting. But with that said, I'm really struggling to concentrate on it and to really get into the story. Like, it's a really interesting idea, but for some reason I'm just not connecting with the character or with the story. It's just taken me a while to just get into it. I'm already on page like 130, but it's just, I'm just not feeling it. But I want to read it because I know people say it's good, and I know we're all different and we don't all need to like the same books, but you know, I just heard good things about the book, and I can see like the writing is really good. So I would like to keep on reading to see what happens, but I don't think I can binge read this book either. So we're gonna go slowly but surely, but also putting on a timer will help me concentrate more, because literally every time after a chapter I'm like, okay, time for TikTok, because I can't get into the flow of the story. We're gonna do that. And we do have snacks for today, you guys. Like I said, it's Easter weekend, so we have lots of different Easter eggs that we can eat during this weekend. So we'll be snacking on that, of course, and eating actual meals, but we'll be snacking on those, and we'll just have a good time, hopefully, reading all of, well, I'm hoping we'll finish that and hopefully start, I want to really start the Done and Dusted, I don't know if it's the Done and Dusted series or like Swift and Saddled, like one of those. I recently got those two books and I would love to start one of them as well. So we'll see how far we get. I'll give you a page count as well. We'll see exactly where I start and how far I get. I just made my last coffee. It's actually quite hot today, you guys, and I'm like, oh my god, it's so exciting. So yeah, let's get started on our little readathon, and I'll keep you posted on the book and what we're doing, and on, of course, snacks. Also, I've never tried this, so I'm really excited for the caramel flavor. Okay, we made it past the first hour, and I am a very slow reader, and also I'm realizing how much I stop reading because I'm like, no, if you stop, you need to stop the timer. I get distracted so easily, you guys. We're making it to 182. We just passed 1 hour, and it's starting to get good. I'm starting to actually enjoy this book, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it'll go. I do think it was a really long setup, but we'll see. Maybe again, like, I'm sure there's a reason for that. I did have some chicken nuggets in between as well. They were lovely. Again, I get distracted. Like, I get distracted. We almost made it to part 4 of the book, which is really good, and we are down to 21 hours. This is making me realize how little I actually read per day. Like, this has only been 3 hours. Like, I don't know, it's making me really confused. Like, usually I never time it, I just read until I get tired of reading, but I think this is making me realize that, yeah, I just read for a very little amount of time. I'm really liking this though, but I think if I do it another time, I will just do like consecutive hours, because I feel like this is gonna take days. Like, it's already almost 5 p.m. I did start this at like 10, but I've only read 3 hours since 10. The math is not mathing. I did go for a walk, had lunch. Okay, I just finished and made it to part 4 officially. And if you guys are doubting this book, if you are also struggling like me to get into it, just wait till the end of part 3. It's worth it. Consider me intrigued. We are gonna go do some exercise and we're gonna shower. So we're gonna stop reading for a bit. We're gonna take a break, might eat something. I bought some soup, so I'm quite excited for that. Although the day is beautiful. Like, it's not the day for soup, but I was just craving soup, so we're gonna have some soup. I also want to watch a movie. I really wanted to watch The Notebook because I've been watching, if you watch my last vlog, I've been watching all of Steph's, I don't know how to say her last name, but vlogs, and she lives in Charleston, and I love the vibes. I love the place looks so beautiful. So I really wanted to watch The Notebook, but it's nowhere on like any streaming platforms, and I really don't want to pay for it. So I was looking for other romance movies that I've already seen, and there's The Longest Ride, and I'm like, perfect, that's what we're gonna watch tonight. So we won't be reading for the rest of the day. I wanna watch a nice little romance movie, but we'll read around that. Good morning, friends, and happy Sunday. I'm really sorry I look like this. I went for a super short run, had a shower, made my coffee, and we're gonna go back to reading. We are at 19 hours. I just don't think there's any way we're getting this done by tomorrow. Like, the holiday is today and tomorrow, and today I'm leaving at 2. It is currently 8:45. Also, I woke up this morning and I was like, I'm exhausted. I had to push my alarm. I never push my alarm ever. And then Harry was like, oh yeah, they've changed the clocks tonight. I was like, oh my god, I completely forgot. I should have gone to bed earlier last night. I actually stayed up because I was like, you know, party, Saturday, whatever. I was in bed, but I stayed up later than I usually would, and I just completely forgot. So I was like, I'm so tired. What is going on? The clocks went back, or forward. So we lost an hour. That's the whole point. I don't think we're gonna make 24 hours in this weekend, which is crazy. The question is, do we continue it after the holiday and make sure we get to 24 hours, or do we consider it challenge lost? I don't know. Challenges are rough, guys. They're rough. I love when books look read and loved and everything, but when a book breaks, it's a bit, you know, it's a bit sad. But what's happening to this is that the name of Addie is fading, and I'm like, that's actually really cool. I forgot I was meant to edit a video for tomorrow. Yeah, these 24 hours. Oh goodness. Oh goodness, this is not good. Anyways, it's fading, and I was like, this is the only time I'm gonna be quite pleased about a book fading, because it's becoming invisible. Like, that's really cool. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but it's really cool. I have 100 pages left of the book now, and we have 17 hours left. And it is only 1 p.m, but I think I'm being picked up at 2, so I'm just gonna go get ready for the day, and I probably won't be reading anymore right now. Like I said, I don't think this is the most bingeable book. It's like quite slow, and it is really interesting, but I think my interest in it has gone down a little bit back now. So I don't know, I am intrigued, and I do want to know how the story ends, and I do think it's very poetic, and I think it has a really, like, much deeper meaning underneath. Yeah, just deep and a bit sad. So yeah, not the most bingeable book. So that was my own poor choice, but I'm glad to finish it. Like, it is a 550-page book, you know, it's quite long, so I'm glad to finish this, hopefully, if we read later today or tomorrow morning, and then we're back to cowboy romances, because I think that's the vibe after this sad retrospective book. I think I need something fun. Yeah. Anyways, let's go get ready for the day, and I will see you sometime later. Good morning, and happy Monday. We are ready to read. We are down to the last 100 pages, guys. So let's finish this book this morning. probably go for a walk later, and then we'll start a new book. We are down to 17 hours. There is no way we're finishing this challenge today. Like, absolutely no way I'm reading for 17 hours straight today. It's already 9. There's no way. I tried waking up at 7, but I was so tired. This time change thing is horrible, because I wake up at 6 anyways during the week, so I don't know why this has been so weird. Anyways, let's get to reading. I'm very excited to see how this series will end. I also the sun is out again after a miserable day yesterday, so we're back to iced coffees. I'm very excited. You guys, I just finished the book, and let me tell you, it was worth it. It was all worth it. It was worth it. I'll leave it at that. Like, I still need to make up my mind about it, but it was so good. I know it took me a while to get into it, and there were some up and downs. I do think it could be maybe a little shorter, but in the end, I think like every detail is there for a reason. So I just think, you know, you need some patience, and we need, you know, just literally patience. Get through it, enjoy it, and it's so good. Good morning, friends, and happy Saturday. Yes, you heard that right. It is Saturday again. So what happened was, of course, I did not make the 24 hours during that weekend. I just did not read as much as I expected to read. But you know what? This challenge has made me realize how little I actually read. Like, there's weekends that, yes, if the book is bingeable, I will read for a lot of hours, but if not, I'll read maybe for like an hour or 2 in the morning. So what I decided to do was like extend the challenge for the rest of the week. It is Saturday and I am down to 11 hours. I literally still have the timer, and I've been like activating it every time I read in the morning or during the week. So I think this is gonna be the question of like, how long does it take me to read 24 hours? And I think it's probably gonna be a week, which is crazy because there's people that do proper readathons for like actual 24 hours, and I know that's for a video, so that's not what they would do on a regular basis, but still, like, it does take me a long time. But we will also see how much I read in 24 hours. Like, we have the page count, and I am currently reading Done and Dusted, and I am on page 209, so we'll definitely finish this, and I think in 10 hours we'll definitely finish the second one of this book, so maybe it'll be like 2.5 books. We'll see if we have time to start another one. So I think it's quite cool to do this challenge because I'm like, oh my god, how much do I actually read, and how much capacity do I have? Not capacity, but like, what is my actual speed? So we'll be able, I'm terrible at maths, but we'll be able to do all of that at the end. So yeah, I think it was at the beginning, let's read, well, I did say let's read for 24 hours, and we will. It's just gonna take a whole week. Keep you posted on this book. So a little, what's this about? It is the Rebel Blue Ranch novels, and they happen in Wyoming, and it is about a family's ranch. And in this book we follow Clementine, who is the youngest daughter in the family, and she is a writer, and she's had a really bad injury, so she is really scared of getting on a horse again, and with, you know, good reason. She just gets panic attacks and stuff. So it's kind of, you know, her journey through that. But then we also have the POV of the town's heartbreaker and, you know, little boy toy, well, not boy toy, that's mean, he's, what is he, this bad boy, that's the word that he's described as. And but he's also kind of part of her family. He's been taken in when they were younger, and she kind of never really liked him. She had a crush on him when they were younger, but nothing else. She thought he was annoying, and then he always saw her as his best friend's little sister. So there was nothing going on there, but all of a sudden when she comes back into town, everything changes, and then that's, you know, the story. But anyways, we'll continue reading, and I'll come back with an update later. I am liking it, but I'm not obsessed. I'm just not obsessed with like the background story, because the love story is cute, but you know, like the actual story behind, I'm not a huge fan. And the only thing I have it to compare to is Chestnut Spring series, which is really like romance, but also the underlying story, I feel like the stories are really good. So I don't know, I'm just not loving the basic story, like the subplot. But we'll see. I was just telling Harry about how the challenge has continued, and Harry said that for next time he'll be joining and we're gonna try and do 12 hours and 12 hours. Do you think we can do that?
We should just do 24. We just do it. We get all the snacks, we get loads of coffee, and we just read. We'll probably be like hallucinating, but how cool is that?
That would be quite fun, actually.
Characters from your book.
Attention spam is terrible. I read the other day that since 2004, attention spam has gone down to like 1/3 of what it used to be in general.
Where do you read that?
Linktree. I'm gonna keep reading. I'm really struggling to get into the story of this book personally. How's your book going?
Really good, but it's only the start. But it's a lot bigger than the other ones.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and the other one looks...
My in-depth analysis. It's a big book.
Well, it is. It looks quite thick. This one is quite... Look at this one compared to yours.
Yeah, I think my cover's better.
No, I think my cover's better. It's a cowboy on it.
Exactly.
Okay, you guys, so we look like this. I just showered and washed my hair, so we look like this. But I did finish done and dusted. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. Like, I enjoyed it, but like I said before, I wasn't really persuaded in the end with the whole subplot and like what was actually happening in their lives other than the love story. I know that of course this is a mainly romance book, but all the romance books have, you know, like little subplots of things that they need to overcome on their own before they, you know, they can actually be together, all that stuff. And I just wasn't really invested in the actual, yeah, what was going on with them. And like, I know the stakes were high, but they just didn't feel that high to me personally. So I don't know what I'm gonna rate the book. I did enjoy it. I think there's some really good moments, and I definitely think like the author feels like a fangirl, you know what I mean? Like she's one of us because she gave us so many little moments, and she makes jokes about like tropes and about books and like moments in books. So I was like, she's definitely a fangirl, and I love that. So I think that was one of my favorite things. It does feel like a book by a girl for the girls. But yeah, there were just some things that I was not obsessed with. But again, cover is beautiful. But now since I wasn't too obsessed, I'm definitely gonna read the second one. And I've already pre-ordered the third one, so I'll be reading them. But I'm gonna do a bit of change of pace and start Happy Place. I'm really excited and also terrified. This is my first Emily Henry book ever. I do have another one, but I haven't read it. And I'm just really excited to read it, you guys. I'm a little scared. I think I'm hopefully gonna become obsessed because I know people love this book. And also, let's see, I think I made it down to 9 hours, you guys. So it took me 2 hours to finish the book. Yeah, we made it to 9:10, so we still have 9 hours to go. And it is already 3 in the afternoon. It is Sunday and we are down to 5 hours and a half, and I've been binge reading Happy Place. This is one of my favorite books I've read in a while, and I'm like halfway in, but I am in, and I am loving this book so much. And we need to go into London today. That means I can't keep reading right now. I might be able to read when we come back, but we literally need to go get ready now. This is sad. Like, I haven't been able to binge read in a while. Like, I literally haven't picked up my phone all morning because of this. Like, that's saying a lot. I'm loving this, and the way she writes, it's like, oh, the story is so good, and I just want them to be okay. Like, I'm honestly like so intrigued about the story, the way it's written. You guys, we made it to Monday actually. 24 hours is taking a lot longer than we expected, but there's a lot of lessons to be learned here, and there's no pressure, you know, no pressure. We don't need to put pressure on ourselves, okay? That's me telling myself. I am down to 2 hours 22 minutes though, and we are down to this book. Honestly, you guys, I was sobbing yesterday. This book has done things. Sorry I look like a little egg, but I just went for a run and I braid my hair after I shower in the morning. If not, it gets all crazy. But anyways, let's continue reading. We finished it. We finished Happy Place. We'll chat about my thoughts when we close up the video. But I loved it. I absolutely loved this book. It's so good. And I'm sold. I'm literally will forever be an Emily Henry stan now. Like, this book felt so just like organic. I think that's the best word I can describe it. It just felt so natural. Nothing felt forced. The way she described things, like, anyways, me saying we'll talk about it later and then, you know, going on a little spiel, but I loved it. And then regarding the 24 hours, you guys, we still have 30 minutes left. 31 and 20 seconds to be exact. So we're gonna finish that tomorrow morning. It is currently 10:14. I had to travel for work. I travel every couple weeks for work to go into the office, so I'm here now, but I will finish the 30 minutes tomorrow morning. That is the plan. We did it. We made it to 24 hours and I started Book Lovers and I'm really enjoying the style of it, so we'll see how the story goes, but we made it to 24. Okay, we've come to the end of today's video and I just wanted to quickly go over the books that we got to read and then do a little page count and see how much I read per hour. So this challenge, which was meant to last a weekend, ended up lasting 8 days. That is how long it took me to read 24 hours. 8 days. It was really fun to kind of get to track it because, like I said, I usually just pick up a book, read until I'm either bored or tired or my brain just needs a break. So it was really cool to kind of get to see how much I actually read. And like I said, maybe one day we'll do a consecutive hour and see what happens. Probably be delirious by the end, but it could be quite fun and we can get lots of little snacks. So I think that would be a project for the future, but let's go through the books that we got to read. First of all, we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which you guys, I mean, you saw me read it. It did take me a while to get into the story and it had its up and downs, but it was such a good book. I ended up giving it 4 stars and it just felt really introspective. So if you're looking for a book that will make you think, that will make you, it will be a little sad. I personally think it has a lot of sadder themes about, you know, running out of time and the meaning of life and what we do with our time and being present. So I do think it will make you think and maybe just, yeah, think about your own life. And it is a beautiful, beautiful story. So if you're looking for something like that, then this is for you. Then we got to read Done and Dusted, which I was so excited for because, like I said, I've been in my cowboy romance era and I mean, it's a great era to be in, but I must say I did not love this book. I ended up giving it 3 stars. And to be honest, it could be even like a 2.75, something like that. I thought it had really cute moments, but the underlying plot points that each of them had to overcome, I just wasn't in love with their story. I just didn't feel as connected or invested with them. But it was still a really fun book. So I think that if you're looking for a romance that is fast-paced, easy to read, maybe a little palette cleanser if you're going in between genres, I think this is the book for you. And also, again, I think it looks really cute. So that's a plus. And then we read Happy Place. This book was so good. I think the last book I had binged was Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and this gave me kind of that same binge vibe, and it was so good. This book goes through the life of Harriet, and she's kind of an anxious girly and she always doesn't feel like enough, you know. So it's her journey in finding, you know, what she actually wants to do with life. She spent her whole life pleasing other people, and it is time for her to focus on herself. And of course it is, you know, a love story and how that fits into who she is now and who she wants to be in the future. And it was so beautiful. But it's not only a love story, the subplot of everything and the story around her friends, and it's also about found family, which I am a sucker for found family. So I love this. I love this book. I cannot recommend it enough. It was beautiful. It was written beautifully. The story, it was fast-paced, and it just kind of all makes sense because it keeps going back and forth between her past and the present and everything, but it just makes sense, which was beautiful. So I cannot recommend this enough if you're looking for a romance. It doesn't feel like that's, I don't want to say like silly little romance. It's more, I do think you need to maybe pay more attention than just like a fun little romance, but it's still very fast-paced and really good. And then we got to start Book Lovers, that I am currently on page 237, but for the challenge I think we only read the first 30 pages, and I really like the way this is written, and I love that you can tell that Emily Henry is a lover of stories and is a reader through this book, and I've been loving that. I'm not done with the book yet, so I can't recommend it yet, but I am thoroughly enjoying it, so that is good. But let's do the math now of how much we actually read. So we had started at page 140 of Addie LaRue, and it has 541, so that is 400 pages right there. So we're gonna do the math, you guys. I'm terrible at math, so we're gonna use the calculator. Done and Dusted has 321, then Happy Place has 385, and then we read around 30 pages of Book Lovers. So that is a total of 1,139 pages. Divided by 24 hours, that is 47 pages an hour. So let's say I read between 40 and 50 pages an hour. That is, I've seen, like, I heard people read 100 pages an hour. How is that possible? But anyways, we all read at our own speed. We all like to read things differently, so there is no right or wrong speed. I just love getting to do that math, because I know it takes me time to get through a book, so I always wondered how much I actually read per hour. And I'm like the type of person that likes to understand, and if there's something minimal I don't understand, I will go back and I will try to understand exactly what this means and if this has paid off from something. So I thoroughly go through every page. But yeah, we all have our own way that we enjoy our books, but that was cool to know. I'm glad we did that. So anyways, hopefully we'll have more challenges in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you've read any of these books, let me know down below. I'm really excited to keep on this romance kind of, you know, era, but I do miss fantasy, so I think the next book I'm gonna read might be Powerful by Lauren Roberts, because I'm really excited. But yeah, anyways, hope you have a good day, and hopefully I'll see you very soon.